It would have been whoever won the other match. So whatever, it might have been Dig or something, I can't remember. But whoever it was, they won without Smooya as well. So if you're a fan, you think it will beat anyone apparently. So problem with that is every actual like metric lines up to say that actually Mad Lions is one of the teams they probably can't beat, unfortunately. This is not a terrible map for it though.
No, this is one of those maps where if you do have guys popping off, you can make all the difference. And so you're kind of hoping for that. There's a little bit more of a tactical lean to Dust 2. It's not exactly just the pure scrim that we've seen in the past, but Mad Lions right now very quickly taking control of Catwalk, and they have the players ready at long as well to go for the peak. This is Chaos setting it up, but Chaos were expecting some action B early on, and they are figuring it out. They've got Cam pushed into upper halls already, so they know that this is going to be the A hit, and Voltage already kicking it off with the headshot. Steel comes up with one of his own. And this has got to be it. Chaos, clean as could be. Some hesitation there on the side of Mad Lions.
Yeah, and this is obviously a big deal because these guys from Mad Lions, T-side's been where they've struggled. Like, they obviously were really, really good when they had Hunden. In this particular tournament, skill-wise, they're going to have an amazing CT side, you would think. They've obviously got all the routine. They've played together on all these maps. But what we saw in that opening series when they lost to Havu was it was T-sides that cost them.
That's where they were still trying to figure it out exactly, Cillian. I mean, they had some heated words post-match. Was walking outside, and the team were talking to each other, and it was, you know, there was a little bit of blame going on, but that was the beginning. And then you know that these guys are living together right now here on LAN in Los Angeles, and that basically every day is like a boot camp. You're going to make a lot of progress in that sort of scenario, especially I imagine with Peacemaker there to try and guide them through it. So, Mad Lions, I expect big things from them here in this tournament at least. And well, as far as Chaos are concerned, right now they just need to hold steady. They picked up that all-important pistol, and now they just need to worry about the force buy coming in here from Mad Lions, CZs, Deagles.
So the difference is, this is actually when you're on the CT side where they can do some sort of scrimmy stuff and you can try and, like if you're playing against a very tactical team, this isn't necessarily the map for it, but you try and push up early before they get set up. If there's a lurker, you just pressure him necessarily so he can't just make the normal calls that he would make. Like, you can definitely do some things to make it a little bit more chaotic in that sense.
The boost. Steel with 2, sees it coming, survives as well. But you're absolutely right. You can get in there with the CTs. If that is one of those make or break details that we've talked about in the past. If the CTs are hitting shots on Dust 2, it can be so frustrating on the T side. And
now this is a big kill. Now the round's on.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, Vanity, did he even give him a little bit of the T as well? I think so.
And they're lurking. I mean, the problem here is this guy obviously is going to get killed, but...
Yeah. Nice wall bang. That's the bomb down in mid as well.
This is looking like the win back for Chaos already. I mean, look at the positions they're in. Like, they can't go anywhere.
Yeah, Steel is sitting pretty. If they could save that other FAMAS, get that.
18 seconds left. Better to die now than after the bombness or whatever.
Do they save anything? No. But the MP9 now should be a hard eco coming in from Mad Lions, so the MP9 could do some damage. And we can see, I mean, Chaos right now, perfect start for them. We've seen it before, but the reality is that we've seen this sort of scenario where the underdog gets that start, gets that pistol, they're looking good, and it's just a matter of continuing that through the mid-rounds of the game towards the end of that half. That's where we start to see them drop off, and Mad Lions should start to come into their own. So don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but it is the perfect start for Chaos.
Yeah, the problem is, when you're playing against Mad Lions, like, they should save. They obviously should just go for a full round where they have all the buys that they need, and then in theory they can win every round from there on out. They're the better team.
I think I cursed Voltage there. Had the MP9, gets no kills for it, dies. But he'll have the money for this next round.
A lot of M4A1s on this team. That's a bit unusual.
That is really unusual, actually, now that you pointed out. And I mean, even Cam going for an AUG. Don't see everybody going for AUGs either.
So here we go. Here's the full buy. So let's watch my boy Acor. See what
have you just become a massive Acor fan?
I mean, he's the one, like, when this team first started popping off, I watched a bunch of their games. First of all, you could tell Hunden obviously had a big impact on them and brought them up and all the rest of it. But the key thing is, the other players, I don't know if they would be at this level if they hadn't been in a Hunden team. Like, they don't seem like individually they're crazy. They have some good skill. But Acor, like, it's the amount of polish he has for such a young player is crazy.
Oh, do they realize right now? They're still pushing through here. Mad Lions kind of sticking to the game plan. This is Shush out here with the bomb as well. Cillian has killed off all the B defense. And yet they are still committing to this A site where Chaos are still alive. 3 players along right now for Chaos.
And, I mean, Bobsky, the second they move off that long area, he's going to backstab them, isn't he? So that's perfect right now. And they know he's here. So let's see how much they want to mess around here. The problem is you have to save.
You have to save. A retake right now would be so difficult for Chaos. But, I mean, Asilian killing all the B defense, and yet Mad Lions still continuing towards the A side. That's an interesting call, really sticking to the plan. But what we saw from Mad Lions there was the really aggressive take of mid. Super fast, right out the gates. You just rush right from T-spawn straight to mid doors with a flash, and Steel just got caught. Does he risk losing a Krieg, though? This is where Bubsky could make a mistake. I mean, don't give a Krieg over to the CT side. And it's not looking like it's going to happen. So, Mad Lions on the board.
I mean, perfect first round for them. They saved up. They did the full Glock save. Then they get a complete buy. You almost couldn't get a more perfect execution there. The guy at long just held them the whole time. That's actually the thing that shocks me the most about Mad Lions, though, is I would have understood if it was the organization that had come out publicly, like, we're the ones cutting Hunden, you know, like, we just don't see the future and we want to start preparing for what we're going to do in the next transit, blah, blah, blah. So
sure.
It was implied it was the players, as though internally they just decided, like, we want to move on already.
Yeah.
That was kind of what was implied, whereas you would think there'd be a level of loyalty in that sense, right? This guy basically made you.
Yeah, that's what you're
to some
thinking,
degree,
right? But,
you know.
Yeah, he's the level of involvement. Where have we seen that before? It feels like we've...
Like that Anders guy who didn't even, you know, keep writing me. And you were like, come on, I made you. Who you before me? Nip TV. You were in prison with him.
Action. I was going for existence, but, you know.
Fair enough. That's actually not a bad analogy for people who don't know the old school reference. Yeah, obviously existence brought up loads of those players, and exactly the players that went against him in the end and voted against him were indeed the players he'd groomed.
Indeed, yeah, and then
this was a huge round here,
cast
though.
aside, but that was yeah, exactly, and they saved both AWPs for Chaos as well. That's huge. And so we were just praising Mad Lions. I think Mad Lions are going to have the money. Yeah, and the money they're going to go for the buy here, considering the round before last was so decisive in their favor. They have the money for it, but that was quick punishment coming out from Chaos.
Are they not going to throw this pop over to Acor? Really?
Nah, Acor's going to go ahead and dome someone with the Krieg. Crazy. The Krieg, one-shot headshot from T-spawn. Might as well have an op. That's Cam out of it. Shush catches Vanity peeking. All right, so this was off a spawn. This was Vanity being able to get there.
That's the
or rather, this was Shush able to get there to Longhouse earliest, and so they gave him the op. And then Acor insult to injury.
I mean, the worst part here, if you're the Voltage guy, is like you're already thinking about probably having a save at this point in time, so...
Well, that's
on the one hand, you want to get the first 2 kills as the real round. Then again, you want to have the ops for next round. You can, in theory, get out now, though.
What is the play here, though? They're running right by him. They knew he was there. They knew he was there.
That was brutal.
And so, perfect play so far right now from Mad Lions, taking advantage of, I mean, the early picks. Long control. They're even going for more aggression. Steal.
They should chase him here.
2 ops, 2 Kriegs. And it's looking like Chaos are going to be in a situation where they want to try and save. Mad Lions just holding in case their Chaos were crazy enough to try to go for a retake here.
Yeah, this actually has the feeling at the moment of when I remember watching Havu and Contact play this map, and basically Contact on CT side just played retake on A every single time.
That's right.
They just pulled off too long, and the problem was, because the Havu guys just easily took the catwalk, they've got the whole site at that point in time, and you have to use minimal utility, because if you know the people aren't going to fight you at the catwalk, you don't have to flash them all off. You don't have to throw a Molotov early and then wait and then bait out the guy. So by checking mid a few times like they did early in the game, you keep them honest there, you know that they haven't rotated 2-3 people over, you wait till they go long, and then it's working perfectly.
This has been fantastic so far. I mean, real strong start.
Even Asilian's doing pretty well at the beginning of the game. I also think the guy to watch in the Asilian era of Mad Lions is actually Shush, this player, because at the end of the Hunden period, he was having some really good statistical games, and he's in theory one of the entry guys at times on certain parts of the map. So if you're going to have a big T side, that's the barometer of how well you're going at that point in time.
Well, again with the early aggression.
Double ops again.
You're thinking about it.
They gamble in it. You may as well on this map. I mean, it takes a lot of the things out of it.
Exactly. All right, and you just, if you hit your shot, there you go. You've got.
And this is the one time they actually decided to do a full hold on catwalk, and it's when no one's at long air. That's rather unfortunate.
Chaos maybe gaming themselves a little bit, but now if they hold on to catwalk, things could get interesting here for Chaos. They've limited that part of it, and could just force Mad Lions to have to use an enormous amount of utility to get across here.
Yeah, we get the fast rotation over here from Steel, it looks like, coming back over. The problem is, though, they still have no information from B, so they're still holding off, but it's literally 3 people are inside your site right now. This is why you have to make a play earlier on in the round sometimes.
Oh, and so it's just systematic here from Mad Lions. As soon as they figured out, okay, nobody here at long.
This boost is going to be a 5-man squad. Surely people are watching for this. They weren't amazingly. It makes you wonder what the people who went over towards that box were doing. 3 people watching Catwalk by any chance?
Instant headshot. Acor, he'll hit the follow-up. And that was textbook stuff from Mad Lions. As soon as they figured out that long was open, boom, start dropping mollies, and they knew exactly where each molly needed to go to just systematically break down that defense. Chaos, I'm sure, felt powerless this round.
This is also why I say you might want to make it more chaotic when you're on CT side and try and push up early in the round, because not only might you disrupt what they're actually doing tactically, but more importantly, if they're not there, you get an instant read that you can do a gamble rotation. Because you don't really want to play straight up so much if you're Chaos on this particular map. Maybe you do when it's on Nuke, you want to just play a normal T side there and hope things go well, but on this particular map, I feel like on CT side, you just want to disrupt them as much as possible, just make it a DM.
Well, what are we thinking right now of this performance from Steel? He's at 10 frags. The rest of his team are kind of lagging behind. Sick is at 6, but everybody else 3-3-1. A little bit of a slow start here for Chaos. But the analysts are pointing out that Steel needs to have an individual performance to be competitive against Mad Lions, and it seems like at least he's showing up here trying to get some kills.
Oh, especially if he's going to op like this, if he's going to have that in his hand every time. So even though they've gone a lot of cat here, unfortunately not going to see anything. Let's see what the guy who holds long is looking at, though.
Moving out together right now, and yeah, it's going to be Bubsky left alone here. So,
and at the moment, he's still not looking back there, though, so he might be about to get a surprise, because he still hasn't heard anything whatsoever. Oh, he turns around at right at the exact moment.
Voltage and Steel, though, working together, and they got the Krieg. They've got the Krieg, but, I mean, Mad Lions...
Still just one gun, though.
Yeah, they need to commit to this A take right now. With 2 players having pushed up mid like that, they have to be telling themselves that it is rinse and repeat from the last round.
Yeah, the problem here is this guy who's on the site, obviously, so they haven't got the bomb down. Advantage, obviously, to Chaos at the moment, despite the poorer weapons. If this guy gets his first... that's unfortunate. That's
unfortunate. Vanity looks away right as they come up the ramp. Steel taken down as well. Cam is going to get spotted here, surely. Yep, there it is. And this is now just Mad Lions moving forward, picking up a 4th round. You still had Voltage at long, but he's dead.
Just got to make sure we save this gun now.
Yep.
Especially because it's Krieg. I mean, one Krieg on this map, like I would like put this long here, for example. You hold those doors, it's really hard to come out against that.
We'll see if they're going to be aware of it, or at least, you know, some teams don't even make that kind of play, though. It's just like the guy who has it, he holds on to it, and that's it. So we'll see if they are going to be charitable or team players, haha. But we're going to get tied up here 4-4, and right now Mad Lions are just looking like they're starting to get some momentum going their way. They're starting to feel a bit more confident. The money is going to be super solid.
Now there's a real tough call if you're the guys from Chaos. Like, what exactly do you do at this point in time? Because you've obviously got the one gun saved already. In theory, you could force, but you're going to have like 3 FAMAS. So at this point in time, unfortunately, you probably just have to do a hard save.
Oh, tactical timeout called by Mad Lions, though. And so that's actually going to be them deciding what to do here. Wonder if they're trying to figure out exactly, like, what are we going up against here? If it is going to be an eco, what is it to play? And if it's going to be a buy, how are we going to pick it up? But Mad Lions, I mean, Mad Lions are one of the teams, they do have a coach who's on here, here on location.
Yeah.
So
everyone forgets that, because that's actually another problem we need to mention, is that it wasn't only Hunden in the team. Peacemaker was there the whole time, and they were having all these great results. I don't imagine they were just taking whatever he wrote and just going, oh, thanks, and chucking it in the bin. They were obviously listening, so there is still a support staff behind them. That is the original people that were behind them during the success.
Hunden even addressed it when he was on his way out as well. Like, I'm not going to become the coach. We're grateful for what Peacemaker does, and I'm not going to step into that.
Because that was the speculation, obviously, yeah.
Obviously, as he's just going to back off and bump Peacemaker out. Obviously, the meme joke was that Peacemaker strikes again. But
here we go. They've been very frugal, so unless they basically go to where Sick is, which isn't going to happen. This is like the only time they don't push long as well.
They don't even care about B right now, Mad Lions. Which, to be fair, I kind of like this approach from teams right now, where it's just, you know, we're just going to keep hitting this same bomb site until you can stop us, and then we'll start changing things up. But right now, I mean, it's just catwalk or long, rinse and repeat for Mad Lions.
Yeah, and part of the problem, if you notice, is it's not that they have the people in B or that they've gambled people over to be like they have on the Chaos side. It's that they never get any information out of it. They never know, was there anyone even there the whole time? In fact, they don't know it, but this is one of the first rounds there has even been a player over on that side of the map. Other than that, they've just gone fully catwalk. They've gone fully long air. They haven't even kept you honest in B.
They aren't even, well, that's a play, but they aren't even...
But they're going to split onto it looks like. So this is actually going to... This potentially, if it wasn't for that pickoff, could have been great.
The extra man is down. And, oh, the Zeus attempt from Cam.
And obviously, unfortunately, the one guy that has the gun is on the other side of the map. And basically, again, at this point in time, just has to try and stay alive. It's not even worth taking a duel at this point.
But the one guy that you want to kill if you're Mad Lions.
And there it is. He's dead.
Oh, they caught
That was the
Sick.
gun. Yeah.
They caught, what? I thought Sick was over at Pit. No. Now you need to get over here and get this Krieg.
That was a very questionable area to be peeking as well. Because
Yeah.
obviously, you could be on both levels. And you had no information. You just know they're all B coming out of there. That's an example of where pro players...
No Krieg.
take gambles that aren't really worth it at all. Like which gun that you could have taken here would have been worth it? Even if you'd literally taken 3 guns from the terrorists, if you then still lose your gun, it wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. Like the plus minus doesn't add up for you.
The money right now is just so solid for Mad Lions. Losing a couple of guns is of a no impact.
And the key
Whereas
thing
now you
for
could
me,
miss out having the Krieg as well. That's the thing. You're giving
that's
up
the key.
Krieg.
It's not even that you've just lost the gun. Like if that's an M4A4, I'm less mad than the fact that you lost the Krieg. And especially because obviously, yeah, you were literally the guy playing long air. What a perfect spot to have that gun. Like, this is a round right now where it'd be awesome to have it. Wow, he's lagged him.
They can't catch a break right now, Chaos. This is one of those times where it just keeps on rolling over you.
And this also suggests, I mean, obviously Chaos has picked this thing as their best chest. This suggests that Mad Lions has a level of depth on this map that people weren't expecting, actually. I mean, look, they've tried this a bunch of times now, having the AWP be the guy who rushes that long air spot and just takes the opening duel. So they know what they're doing.
And now we're changing it up again here, Mad Lions. Even before Chaos adapt.
Yeah, the weird thing to me is that they just... This Cam guy, all he does is just sit inside B, essentially. Like, they don't ever push anyone cat, get some info from that. They don't ever even try to check inside the tunnels. I can certainly see why he's using the Augur. It's not a bad spot.
Oh, yeah. Now the smoke goes down to block it off, and they are going to be able to get into this bomb site. Man at window, though. Nobody watching.
It's a big kill.
That is huge. Acor goes down.
Remember, no bomb down yet, so in theory, you don't have to go crazy. You can just wait a second.
They heard that, though. When the smoke hits the body, it makes a noise. And you hear that somebody was holding close. They knew it, but now they have a little bit of...
The problem, because the bomb hasn't gone down, they were still scared, amazingly, that that might be a fake, actually.
And now
that's why they were so ginger when they were coming out the catwalk.
They hadn't seen the bomb and they were thinking about it, but now we're going to see if they can actually...
Feels like in the modern day,
3v3.
this retake is way more doable, just because of the fact that when all 3 burst from the same side, it's so hard to keep track of everyone. Like, one guy really can just run through while the others are coming in.
And, oh, that being said, this might
be a nice lucky shot
to just back off and save right now if you're on the CT side, and it's looking like that's what's going to happen. Dude, B-site retake on Dust 2, it really does feel like it's a death sentence.
It's tough, for sure, because you basically, like, you don't want to go in one by one. You want to just gamble and all go at the same time. So half of what you're doing in that scenario is you're just gambling on a smoke that you maybe get a lucky, you come out of it before he sees you. A flash, half the time you flash everyone. You just hope everyone's blind, and then you're just gambling when you get unblind, right?
Yeah. But that's Chaos just saving the guns. They should be able to get a buy out of this round, but it's not looking like they want to force the issue. Interesting. With 3 alive, they could drop a couple of FAMASs or an MP9 or something, but they are going to just play off of these 3 guns, and Chaos are going to try and maintain their money across the board. The Lions are just filthy.
He's rushing a lot. They're giving it to Shush again. Yeah, they're doing what you said, somewhere. They're just playing off the spawn with that AWP.
I like that, though. I mean, the long pick, if you get that long pick...
Oh, this could be huge.
And that's Cam getting fed to the beast. Not one of the rifles, though. So Steel still alive along with Vanity. And in the meantime, Mad Lions trying to make up their minds. Where is it that they want to go? They just killed a long push. They haven't heard anybody or seen anybody catwalk. And it's looking like they're going to set up once again for the split. That's the smoke going down. And Sick is blinded by it as well, so he can't even get in there. And he's just going to drop off. And this is looking like it's going to be a straightforward push onto the B site for Mad Lions. And unfortunately for Steel,
doesn't even get one.
Make it.
Yeah.
Oh, thought for a second. Actually might have cursed Steel. He hasn't gotten a kill since I called him out for having 10 kills, so that's a bit of a rough spot here for Chaos. This is looking like a 7th round on the board now for Mad Lions.
Yeah, and when you remember how that Chaos got most of these rounds at the very beginning of the map, this is looking like double digits for Mad Lions at this point in time.
They have so much pressure and so much confidence. It feels just like they're winning all the duels wherever they go.
The thing is, if they just push into an area in a 3 or 4 man group, they don't get killed. Like, nobody's able to trade on them. Counter utility isn't very good at the moment. And then as soon as the Chaos guys go even 1 man down, you see in their brains, they're starting to think, right, when do we save?
Yeah.
Do we start 7 now? Should we pull back?
And you see that on the B site. You see that everywhere, yeah. It is a bit of a... It's playing scared versus playing to win right now. And
like, having seen the way they played out that second to last round, maybe it was this round actually, I would have just gone, and knowing what you know now, I'd rather just gone for the 3v3 retake and B.
This is the last round, yeah.
When you see what you got out of it after that, you went back to a standard scenario again in the round, and you just got the same thing happened. You just got beaten up. You never were in the round, and you tried to save again. So eventually, you have to go for some of these. Like, this is one of the things we used to say back in 1.6 is you can do a smart save, but the reason you can't do too many saves is eventually you're just giving rounds to the opponent. Like, you have to try and win some of those rounds. You can't let them get 10, 11 rounds on T side of this map.
Oh,
You've got to pick which gamble you want to take. And at the moment, they haven't wanted to take any gamble so far.
Flash is all over the place, and Cam peeks into upper. Acor there, ready.
One of the
waiting.
first times he's even tried it, and he gets instantly fragged by the AWPer.
He just gets gibbed.
And this is the one round nobody rushed long here. You can't catch a break if you're the guys from Chaos. Every other round, the AWPer went long here and peeked it. That wasn't even a bad peek into the tunnels necessarily.
No, it wasn't. He used a Molotov to cover himself as well. That's just Acor being a beast. That is not an easy shot to hit. And now, I mean, dude, they have hardly taken any damage. Mad Lions, this is looking like a perfect round. Ah, there it is. Sick finds a kill on Bubsky. And well, yeah, Mad Lions right now hoping to get out here and perhaps take a gun away from Chaos.
I mean, this AWPer guy looks like he's going to peek him, right?
What?
Oh, that's somewhat unreasonable.
Oh, that's gross.
That is pretty sick. Because the worst thing is, it's an AWP versus Krieg battle there. If the AWP gets that kill, game on. There's something we can actually do with this round, potentially.
Now they just donate all the guns.
Because remember, it doesn't matter how many guns the Mad Lions players lose. They've got so much in the bank at this point in time.
Hey, there is that, but now they've donated an extra Krieg over.
Getting the Krieg's nice, for sure.
You know, so now they have a Krieg once again here on the side of Chaos. But I mean, you did just get your 8th round, and we're going to see it. Yeah, just quick kill. So fast.
And then just kills him for free through the door as well. That was nasty.
All right. But Chaos, they saved that op, so Voltage had enough money for an op of his own, and we're going to get the full buy out of Chaos again. Rinse, repeat. Let's see if they can get something out of it. Shush this time didn't have the spawn. Instead, it's Acor. Right out. Dude,
Every
no fear.
time.
No fear.
The CTs are never, ever able to even, like, damage that first guy who comes out. This is ridiculous.
He can't stop.
Oh,
there it is.
He almost had
Voltage.
the highlight.
Yeah, he almost had the highlight reel there. But this situation still favors Mad Lions. It's a 3v3. The defense is spread out, whereas Mad Lions, you can see, already just going to group right up together.
What's crazy, though, is that's how confident the Mad Lions players are. They could have just stopped after that second kill and probably won the round like 98%, but they've like, screw it, we'll just go anyway, just keep going. These guys can't do anything against us.
Oh, ooh, this is the Krieg holding B, though.
This is the most winnable round Chaos has seen in about 10 rounds now.
Let's see. Jumping in.
Okay.
And now Asilian.
Well, this should be round.
It should be, but there.
Still a minute left, though.
It's wild. He's got the bomb, too.
He's got a smoke as well.
He heard the back off.
He's trying to get this first kill before he does anything, though. The problem is he can't know where this other guy is. For all you know, he's flanking you half the time. Well, there we go. This should be game on. 45 seconds, though. He's going to do it as well, all the way back to long.
Get out of here. This is unreal.
I think the problem here is, if I had to guess, Voltage isn't going to swap back over. What you think here is that this is a double bluff.
He's even passing under it.
Yeah, you imagine that he's just double bluffing and he's going to walk back in at like 20 seconds. Unfortunately for you, Voltage, you're about to find out that actually he's gone the super long way round.
And he's got a smoke for the cross as well.
He's going to plant it at like 5 seconds. Next bomb has been planted. Ah, god damn it.
There's the smoke, and across he goes.
Get ready for the most frustrating
Dude, this guy's got an op. He gave away a Krieg for an op Asilian. All right, let's see. Does this work or not? He is totally expecting. I mean, now it's 50-50.
The thing is, the amount of time that Voltage is going to waste just checking all these angles.
I like Voltage going for the Krieg, though.
Like, if you're a Cillian, if he just taps it once here, in theory, you might never have to peek him and you might win this round. Because look how much time's left. The problem with Voltage is you have to check every corner like this. So, Asilian is actually going to gamble initially. Doesn't matter, though.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mad Lions, that looked like a will scenario.
That's brutal.
Down. That's such a brutal loss.
Remember,
Chaos.
at one point in time, that was 3 versus 2. Then you're in a 2 versus 1. Technically 3 versus 1, each killed him immediately. And it's the IGL, a guy who's not even supposed to be that good. That's a bit brutal. Like, the CT side opens done nothing for Chaos so far, unfortunately. This guy takes 60 damage just crossing.
You see, if Gares was here, he'd just be raging at Dust 2, right? Of course you're going to take damage getting across to your own bomb site. Cam and Steel, though, working together. Here we go. 2 big kills to kick things off here towards the B site. And that's Voltage pushing aggressively. Now we're starting to see some plays here from Chaos, getting out there, looking for the fight.
Too little, too late, though. I mean, wasn't this 4-1 at one point in time?
Yes. At the beginning of the round it was, and that's where Mad Lions just went on the mad run. Vanity's pushing out now, and this is just a write this round off if you're Mad Lions. I mean, it's not looking too hot for him here. Clever, but that's going to be it. All right, Chaos 5 rounds. And so we can see, do Mad Lions get double digits, or do we actually see a 9-6 first half and Chaos kind of recover here at the very end? I mean, 6 round CT side does too. I mean, that's still working. That's still something you can work with.
I think the most bizarre thing to me is that pretty much all variants of A hits have looked really good for Mad Lions, but then towards the end of this half, they've just done all these weird B pushes. And actually, if you see, even though they won a bunch of them, the round that they almost lost and were in a bad position was when they just rushed through. It feels kind of unnecessary. I'm not really sure why they're pushing it like that.
What about the T-side auto sniper that Dome steal?
That's just a tilter, isn't it?
Oh, the flash. Clever flash as well. Catches
There's
him.
never anyone playing in the pit, you notice.
They do hold off from pushing in there. But let's see. I mean, Chaos they've got cat control again, but we saw that Mad Lions, they know the steps necessary to clear out Catwalk and work their way up onto the A side.
The timing has been... If you are Steel and you watch this demo back, I actually feel for you, because every time you ever had presence on Catwalk, they never came. And it's only when you aren't there and you're long here that they just waltz into the site with like the red carpet rolled out. That makes me wonder, like, is that really just pure fluke? Is that a read from Asilian? Is there something they saw in a demo about the way, something they see at the beginning of the round that hints towards, you know, maybe what your movement you see from the middle guy or something?
Well, what is Steel calling right now, apart from Sick just getting bopped? I mean, both times that Chaos have had Catwalk
should
control
die
like
here,
this.
in theory. I wasn't able to do anything against that.
Well, it's been all Molotovs onto Catwalk. It's been systematic for Mad Lions, clearing out Catwalk, getting onto the A side from long. I mean, there's Vanity finding a kill on Asilian, but this has got to be clear to Chaos that this is a different round. But it's not going to matter, as Mad Lions still just power their way through, find all the frags. There's, you know, you can get all the reads you want, but if you're not getting the kills, it's just not going to pan out for you. Last round of the first half, though, so Voltage, no reason to save.
And what's brutal is, just think back through the game. They had a lot of CT ops. It's not like Chaos didn't have the guns. It's just that, unfortunately, they were never able to do anything with them. And the one round they were able to basically win, once the body of the game was underway, was just kind of almost like the Mad Lions guys just threw it away, didn't they?
Yeah, like they got ahead of that.
It's just too easy for them.
So, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the second half of this match, and we'll see if Chaos can fight back. welcome back. And welcome back from the break. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back from the break. We're good.
They can hear us.
Yeah, they can hear us. Oh, that's okay. Because
just we can't hear
you get used to it. You get used to having this on there. So, you know what? We're just going to do that. And there we go. Problem solved. Right. So, welcome back, everybody, from the break. Obviously, us novices are on the mic right now. And we're going to be getting into the second half. We are live with the second half. The pistol between Mad Lions and Chaos. Mad Lions on the CT side now after a terrific first half. And, well, Chaos. Let's see what they're capable of here on the T side. And right now, it is going to be passive setup here from Mad Lions. Actually, across the board. No aggression anywhere. They're going to let Chaos walk into it, and they're going to let Chaos attempt to run whatever it is that they want to run and just react with the headshots. Do you think this is a good call?
I actually prefer also when you're on the CT side of this particular map also to keep the guys in the sights like this, because if that Shush guy just gets caught on his own and spawns, you can't fight 1v3 when no matter how good your USP is. Or easily retake him.
They didn't take a single point of damage, Duncan.
It's brutal.
Oh, Mad Lions. It looked so good for a moment there, and then they just completely destroy Chaos in the pistol. It's not looking like they're going to let up at all here in the second half either. That was brutal. Shush, perfect point to be made there. Manages to get full value out of himself. 2 kills for him. Looked super clean.
Yeah, that's actually also another one of the things where I know Hunden isn't in the team anymore, so it's hard to know who to give the praise to for this sort of stuff. But like, just generally, these players, though they're way more experienced than they actually are. Like, they actually look like legit pro players when they play the game. They're not just fragging people. It's not like it's just crazy skills that they've discovered.
Oh, this is a little bit unfortunate, though. 2 MP9s on long, hoping that it was going to be the straight rush out long from Chaos. But instead, it's Mad Lions having to go for a retake scenario now. Voltage and Sick doing the damage.
And obviously the health is a massive concern here, but you can't know that if you're Mad Lions, unfortunately.
No, it's going to be
We're going to go for it here, but you still think you're just fighting 5 people, so... okay.
You can still hit the headshots. This could get mad. I mean, the rifles are in play now. Mad Lions just looking to get in here and take the fight.
This is smart, though. Just don't peek whatsoever. Force them to come all the way around with as much time as you can. The Nortrix is... There's 1 kill that delays it. They've won the round in theory.
Ooh, there's the headshot. Now, smoke is on. He has to get out.
He's going to die.
And he doesn't look like he's going to be able to
survive.
Pick up the gun. Yeah, he does manage to back off through CT spawn. Cam hunting for him. Last second, Shush gets the parting shot, but there we go. Chaos. Second half on the board with the round. 6 rounds on the board now. And Shush, he holds onto the rifle, so they have that going for him here at Mad Lions, but that is not going according to plan.
Yeah, what a great round.
I like this from Chaos. I mean, Chaos are going to have to show some grit, some backbone here. Because they got beaten up in that first half. They need to show that they're not down and out yet, and especially not in the first map, and especially not on their map pick.
Their map, exactly. That's the bigger concern for me. It's like, you don't want to go into nuke after this. Sure, you'll get to start CT side if you want to, so you could think of it as a pick-me-up in that regard. But then again, Mad Lions, the way they're playing right now, they're gonna monster that T side.
I like there from Steel just not showing himself in mid. Just watching to see if anybody rushes mid doors from Mad Lion to get into lower dark. Just trying to get that information. But he doesn't peek to see how many people are crossing. He doesn't show himself to be watching either. So not giving any information over to Mad Lions for free either. It's a little, devil in the details here. But Chaos now, 4 rifles, an MP9. Going up against a 4th spot Mad Lions. And Mad Lions trying to play this patiently. They did get up on the catwalk with a bit of aggression. So we'll see if that pays off for him or not. It's a Deagle up close. It's a Cillian holding the angle. He's going to be able to spot him, and there it is. Not going to hit the shot. And now Chaos, they get the go signal to just kind of power through here. Yep.
Let's see what these scouts can actually do.
Oh! What?
It looked like a hit, didn't it?
What?
Must have just been ever so slightly off.
Unbelievable. Pixel.
Looks like a headshot.
That looked clean, and it just doesn't happen. So unfortunate. But now save the scouts. Just back off and try and save the scouts at this point. It's to the point where I almost don't want to see Vanity alone out here. Like, put a Galil out here or the MP9, but having an AK out here is just a bit risky. He could get overwhelmed, and you could potentially lose this AK to the CT side.
All the same, if you gamble and you kill 1, if you kill 2 people, it's genius. Like, at that point in time, you're laughing at you.
It's always the gamble, isn't it? You know, if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, meh. But Chaos, all 5 players surviving here, that would be an excellent start. A recovery in the second half, given how things went down at the beginning. Flashes through, a little bit of pressure coming in here, and MP9.
Send at least one guy, because any gun you get hits, that's enormous.
That's the MP9. This is the AK. AK goes down. Can they pick it up? Doesn't look like it. But they made that a little bit more expensive here for Chaos. Again, not a huge fan of the AK getting put at risk there. And it comes back to bite them.
Yeah, that would obviously be very difficult if three people survive. Yes, they keep the scouts, but they can buy one gun for someone. ACO would have had enough there, 3,500.
Yeah.
So it's very different to be playing against what you're against now, especially because they've actually honored it. It looks like they're going to do a proper save.
Attack timeout getting called here as well by Mad Lions.
Surely you don't want to force at this point in time. I don't really know if there's even any point.
I don't think you do. 1,900, maybe. I mean, you got 3,000 on A-Core, but again, you eat the round of save. You're in the lead right now, 11-7, right? You have more room to play with. Just eat the round of eco, save for it, and then you get your A-Core. You get A-Core with an op.
Yes.
We've seen what he's capable of on this map and what he's capable of with the sniper rifle. So just do what you can to rush getting him that gun. And at that point, I think things are going to start looking up here for Mad Lions. All right.
Oh, that's a question. These guys will be fine time. This is a big round for Chaos, though. This should be one. This should be a one round right now.
Gotcha. We're finagling things here, guys, but we're getting back into it. No, fantastic. So it is going to be the retake scenario or not. Bubsky kind of just chilling out here, hoping that he's going to find something in this. And sneaks his way through. USP, there's one.
Doable.
Gets the second. Unreal.
He has no idea what his last guy is, but I mean, you have to just pray he's out there and you kill him when he comes in.
Oh, he's just hoping, but just threw away an M4.
The problem is there really was no way to know where this guy was.
Molly goes down as well, and that's going to be it. Through and through.
Bobsky did a great job there, though.
Oh, he made this expensive.
That was like a little potential opening Mad Lions didn't even need. So that turned into a winnable round out of nowhere. And now look at the money. This is perfect.
Money is going to be vulnerable now for Chaos. They're going to have to spend way more than they wanted to, tap into that bank, but also that's going to just rattle them a little bit, right? If you don't want them getting too confident with that start, that they're starting to chain rounds together, it's looking good. There you just put them in a compromised position where they could have lost it. And so you're just putting a little bit more pressure here on them if you're Mad Lions. But Mad Lions now, this is the round where they need to just shut Chaos down. If they shut them down, it's going to get real hairy here for Chaos.
Oh, look at this. 3-man push onto long.
Wow.
Absolutely nothing there, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chaos were not the ones trying to take the fight. They're straight up catwalk instead, Chaos.
Chaos is going to hold the line, presumably. Oh, he's actually
It's going to be the split. It's going to be the split onto A, it looks like. There are 4 players here for Mad Lions, though. This is going to get brutal for Chaos. They may lose a whole part of the flank. With 3 players alive at long, just ready and waiting. Bomb is going to get planted. You still have Vanity out on the flank waiting for a rotation, but all 5 players are here for Mad Lions already very early on in this round, and it's looking like they just want to get in here and swarm.
Mad Lions attack quickly. This is perfect because none of the players from Chaos are where they need to be. They're all watching like rogue spots. This is brutal for this last guy. Sure, he still can't kill them. That's the round over. Look where the terrorists are.
Oh man, they'll be able to get the defuse on as well. Nice Molotov. Do they have another smoke? They managed to get around the other side and hide in it, so this is perfect. Good protection going through. Vanity. Oh, no way! Bomb gets defused. I thought he had it. I thought Vanity saved the day.
Still, I mean, still a massive economic impact on Mad Lions, though. Just look at the money they've got.
I could have swore he got denied it.
Now.
That's unreal. Yeah, there's attack time. I mean,
Roy basically full bought instantly, so I'm guessing, unfortunately, that they're probably just going to have to force buy now. But you don't really want to have it. That's not a buy you want. 2 people, 35, 3,900 buying on this. Remember, it's still only 12 rounds. Like, that looks like a big lead, but I always say, until that number is 14, you haven't come close to winning the game yet. There's plenty of people who were on 12, 13 rounds and lost the game 16, 12, 16, 13.
Oh, they could definitely get this under control here, Chaos. They're not out of this yet. They need to realize that. And again, we need to put the emphasis. You can see it in the top left part of your screen there, but this is their map pick. This is the map that they have to win in this series if they want to just take it and if they want to actually have a chance at winning the whole thing. Because Nuke and Train, I mean, things can get nasty over there with Mad Lions.
This is also how unusual Counter-Strike is as a game, though, because remember, like, that was obviously a Mad Lions win. They won that round. But because Vanity killed those 3 people, that's absolutely what's now put Chaos in a better scenario in the next round.
Right.
The economic game is so counterintuitive sometimes in Counter-Strike.
Roy just got popped.
He's been having a bad game, generally, unfortunately. I'm also surprised that... Wow.
Oh, Shush is able to trade it.
The cam guy has had a bad game. Not only has he gotten wrecked in almost every fight we've seen, but if that's not a 2-kill, what is for you at that point in time? The guy's literally got his head turned away from you as you kill the first guy, and you have the superior weapon.
Runs out of it, Asilian. Nice attempt, but it's going to be Chaos moving on to the A site. They will succeed in getting the bomb planted. Shush will be the one just backing off, perhaps? I mean... Oh. Was that the... Where was the AWP? There's no way for him to throw that otherwise. No reason for him to throw that HE otherwise.
All right, here's the question. It's now going to be 12-9. Still a very ropey economy for Mad Lions. Do you think Chaos comes back and wins this map? Because it's done at this point in time. Like, there's a potential for it.
I think they're perfectly capable. There's the spot. Yeah, the off is right there. And I wouldn't even put it past Steel to use that as bait. And to think that's where he's going to want to wind up eventually. If he can save that.
Like this one here. We didn't see if this field either. That was a bad look. There's another thing as well for you, the cam guy. Like, I feel bad because when you lose a kill like that, the joke is, like, I hope I wasn't on camera when they showed that. I hope the observer wasn't watching me when I just missed that spray.
Right.
Of course he was, because that's the way life works.
Oh, Chaos looking to try and return a bit of the favor from the first half. No Creek headshots this time, unfortunately, but...
barring a miracle, there's going to be 12-10 already.
Yeah, it's a hard eco scenario for Mad Lions. They're gathered up on Catwalk. They're hoping to try and get in here and punish. Steel ready and waiting for him, though.
Let's see how OP the Krieg really is.
Bop, bop. There it is.
It's a pretty good gun, I can't lie. It's pretty good gun, isn't it?
Oh, man. There is... Ooh. Shush. It would be so fitting. It would be so fitting if Shush just got that, though, and like made it 2 kills, made it expensive for Chaos in the end. He has been hitting that kind of game.
See, this is where, when I brought up in the first half, that Mad Lions, everything was going great. Every air attack was like perfectly timed. They read where to go. The retakes never worked. Right. Why they decided at the end of that first half to just do all those pushes B, I don't really understand, because even though they didn't lose all the rounds, it's now brought the score to a position where Chaos is at least in the game. If that was like an 11-4, 12-3 first half, there's so little can be done in the second half. And you can also then force buy a lot more. You can gamble a lot more. You break the whole game in one round. Whereas even this buy, look how ropey this is.
This does leave you wondering what's going on here. This is full-on force territory for Mad Lions now. Hail Mary kind of approach. Because if they lose this round now, Chaos, they'll be tying it up. Acor, though, steps in again with that AWP.
This shows you the confidence they have in him as a player as well. Because remember, if you look at the buy they've got now with FAMAS, MP9, they could have just made this 2 rifles. They could have just said, you have to just take a rifle this round, but you want this guy to have the op. He'll take over the game.
Yeah, exactly. And he even gets the headshot through the smoke as well onto Vanity. Shush and Makor, man, they're just beasts. No idea. There it is. That's the must-win fight. Steel gets it, but instantly flanked, and Shush gets 2 before getting taken out. Man advantage now for Mad Lions.
What a great job he did there. If he loses even, say he only gets the 1 kill, you'd be loving this retake if you were Chaos. Whereas right now, what are you going to do?
And Cam takes half HP off of those mollies as well. Oh, and he gets even more! Let's just make life super easy now for Mad Lions going into the retake.
Oh, and Asilian's flank here.
This is it. Oh, that's big. Asilian takes down Sick. 1 for 1 now. They know he's caught. And Cam, he's doing the job, and Asilian wins it!
Yikes.
So close.
That was a must-win round if you were Chaos. Remember, there was a FAMAS, there was an MP9 on the Mad Lions site. You take the site, even 2v3, you can defend that site, obviously with a man disadvantage, but you can't get flanked like that, though.
And you just, I mean, you called it. Cam just getting, he's getting smashed.
It hasn't looked good every time we've seen him on POV, unfortunately.
No, this is a tough game. Last tactical timeout getting used here by Mad Lions as well. And so now, I mean, you can give it to that. Again, Danish CS. They know to use the tactical timeouts. They're so good on the fundamentals and making use of them. Whereas we've seen other teams here, experienced teams as well, not using tactical timeouts, not taking the time to talk things over, try to figure things out. Mad Lions don't make that mistake. So they know this is it. A crucial round here. If they win this Mad Lions, they essentially break Chaos. A lot of the money is gone on Chaos's side. So all important round coming up here in this second half. And Acor still got the op. And once again, Acor got the opening kill in that round. Acor has just come through in spades for Mad Lions throughout this tournament.
I think sadly also, that's the reason why Chaos can't just do what Mad Lions did in the first half and just send 3-4 people, walk up catwalk, because you know that's where Acor's playing. And at the moment, this is a guy who'll hit those first 2 shots and just crush the execute flat. So they've got to keep trying these B pushes over and over again. The main problem here is, like at the moment, with all 5 people alive, where is Chaos making Mad Lions respect them on the map? They're not pushing anything long. There's no presence in catwalk. They're just going to all bundle into the site like this.
Oh my goodness.
And now Bobsky and Shusha are pushing it in every time you come.
Oh, well, Roy's there, but it's voltage
Lost
advantage.
the bomb.
Yeah, you don't have the bomb. You just got smashed by Bubsky up close. MP9 right there. They saw it coming. Chaos. They just walked headfirst into a wall. And with a minute left on the clock, no less, you're hoping that you're just going to find some kills here. But Mad Lions, all they have to do is sit with 4 on the B site and not let you pick that bomb up again. So we could just be looking at a very long save scenario here for Chaos, because they, I mean, at least Voltage, for example, could drop a Galil. Vanity could drop a MAC-10. And you could still maybe get a good, decent buy out of this for Chaos going into the next round. But it's all about saving these 2 guns. This is all important now for Chaos.
And I think these last couple of times that they shut down that B push, I don't even know what's left for Chaos at this point. Like, what have they got? What's a go-to that they can make work?
I mean, take over long very quickly again. And hope. Well, we've seen a bit more focus mid, bit more focus B. And while Mad Lions, yeah, this is just going to be the sit and wait. 10 seconds left on the clock.
With that said, though, I mean, just to reference it again, Steel's on 24 kills. That's actually the most kills in the whole server.
Yeah, no, he's been in there. He's been taking these fights. But again, I mean, it's the curse of every player that's trying to do the heavy lifting for a team. You can only be in one place, right? And that's just right on through.
Blind through a smoke. This basically couldn't go any worse if you're Chaos.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Not gonna lie. And now you're gonna get a full buy out of Mad Lions and a bunch of saved weapons as well. So their economy, even if they were to lose this round, Mad Lions, it's not the end of days. And here it is. Tactical timeout getting called by Chaos. The first one, no less, of this map that Chaos decide now is the time that they need to sit and actually have a chat about it.
I would love to know what Chaos's actual game plan for this T side was, because it's really hard to see how they conceptualized the map. Like, they didn't really fight at mid much for control there, which then sets up going catwalk anytime you want. When they went B, they literally just all went B together, and even if a smoke's there, tried to push through. Like, this is like very low-level play, it feels like. I'm amazed this was their map pick. Did they think they were going to play just off aim and they were going to make it a DM? It's hard to tell at this point in time.
With the stand-in, maybe they are approaching it a bit more pug life.
It's not the wrong map pick, certainly. Like, I can see why they picked it, but no, maybe in their minds they thought they were going to get more CT rounds. I don't know.
But then you're going into Nuke, and you're going into a structured map where the pug life is definitely not the way. But Voltage.
And you've had a game where you look at the frags, it's not even that much of a disparity, especially because Steel has the most in the server. So it's not like you just got blown out of the server aim-wise.
Again, though, if Steel is the one who's top fragging for Chaos.
That's not a good scenario, of course, yeah. Especially because you've given every AWP to Voltage every time.
Nice Molotov there onto Bubsky. Scary situation for him. Roy playing with fire. They did play aggro catwalk again here, Mad Lions. And so far, it's been Cam who's lost out on these exchanges. He's down to half. Steel as well is taking a beating. In Chaos, at least this time, putting up a little bit of a fight in mid, trying to force some utility. And they've done that. There's Vanity taking Bubsky.
But look what a great response. So they can't do the mid to B. All the guys from Mad Lions instantly into the CT spawn. So let's see. This should be a slow push-up catwalk's the logical response to that.
Bomb is there already. That's Steel kind of leading the way. He's looking for the opening, and he's going to find it. Nobody at long right now, so Asilian is alone. And a great reaction here from Chaos, as you said. Straight up catwalk onto the A site. Bomb should be getting
the numbers
planted.
advantage, remember?
Oh, this is very good. They've taken a lot of damage, but Mad Lions can't be sure about that.
This is where Vanity, if he actually pushes lower, but unfortunately he's going to go into B, could have done so much. He can still potentially kill Acorn in the back, which would be a huge moment in this round.
Nice, takes his time.
In theory, secures the round.
And that's there's no off in play now. They might be able to buy one on Shush next round. Mad Lions, if they wanted to drop the op, and they could probably drop it for Acor. It would leave Shush in a bit of a tight spot in nades, but no, they have no loss bonus. Never mind. It's not gonna. That's gonna be tough.
And this is also one of the problems that Chaos has had, though, to be fair, is think about how rarely it felt like they ever got the opening kill, and they were the one who kind of like had the tempo of the game where they could choose, we decide when we go in, where we go. They were nearly always the guy who died first, and therefore they're on the back foot thinking, how do we get that back?
Goes dry. All right, he had 4850, drops the op for Acor. That's it. So no more nades for Shush. Acor, this is again, you're hoping to get the full value out of this guy. Last round, Chaos did a good job of avoiding him. This round, though, we'll see. Double op for Chaos. Good spawn for Voltage on long, and that's looking like it's going to be the fight. And then Voltage wins the duel.
Harris has won that duel every single time today, it feels like, doesn't it?
That's wild. In there fast.
Yeah, and another time where you've got the opening kill, though, so now it's up to you what happens in the round now.
Steel holding the angle as well. Shush stepped right into it. Dude,
you may as well use more of your clock at this point in time.
Peeking into Kriegs. Never a good idea.
At least one CT.
Well, Asilian saved Acor's op. This really has... Oh, unless they can get more kills. I mean, they're not onto a bomb site yet with the bomb.
Exactly.
Timing.
And now Bubsky doesn't have to honor the guy from mid because there can't be anyone there.
Site is open, though, and they are going to get all three out here, so... Oh, Bubsky!
One off are dead.
Now they have the man advantage. They have struggled back into this round, Mad Lions.
Oh, they're going to retake as he's planting as well.
Perfect! Never mind. Still a 1v1.
Won the last one, remember? He did win that last one. Bad position, he wins it anyway. Right, if Asilian's just going to win 1v1s and you're going to get all those 3 rounds, I don't know how you're going to beat Mad Lions.
Asilian, if anybody
Galil as well, that's just dirty.
If anybody is going to look like an experienced player, though, it's got to be Asilian.
Oh, of course.
I mean, he's got so much experience in the Danish scene. He's been around for years. So, I mean, I do expect to see him be a threat in those sort of situations, but man, that's unbelievable. Mad Lions looked so far behind in that round. Again, Chaos are getting into these advantageous situations, and then they're not able to capitalize. Very quick out long this time, though.
That's also the downside of having so many inexperienced or lower-level competitive players, is they don't know what to do when they're in these 1v1s. Like, they're just taking a normal fight and thinking they're going to win that, whereas, like, it's not like Asilian's mad fragging you. He's just playing the position smart.
Under the crosshair, though, there's a real risk that Sick gets the drop on Bubsky right now. Bubsky's just still waiting for Catwalk, and he is completely exposed, has no idea, gets bopped, and that is going to be a big gap in the defense now for Chaos to take advantage of. Let's see if they commit. It's looking like they want to commit to long, even though the mid-rotator is gone. Boost is in. Roy spots it.
Must have just seen the very, very edge of the smoke.
But they're Sick.
At the same time, Sick was flanking right.
Dude, Sick is such a monster. What a round from him. This has been his round, hands down. But we have guaranteed overtime now for Mad Lions in this round, and it's a question now for Shush. Does he just find this AWP and back off, or does he attempt the 1v2? I mean, you were talking about it. Sometimes you just have to make these plays.
And this guy has had kills where he had no business getting a kill sometimes in this match. He's been really good this one.
He has, and it's looking like he'll be able to just barely do it.
Oh, no. FAMAS is tough.
Not the FAMAS, but the timing. I mean, just as he steps out there, Cam is just making it past Gandalf.
Oh, look at the money for Mad Lions now.
Yeah, they're force buying. Okay. Thought it'd be a round of eco, but...
I mean, this is going to go right the distance then.
I think so.
And if you are Chaos, like about 10 rounds ago, you never thought that was even plausible.
I think this is getting it. But then again, pressure mounts as you get closer to that 30th round. I would have to favor Mad Lions in that scenario. Still, let's see it. Chaos.
This is one of the only times we've seen anyone push. So, Acor's gone lower. Oh, what a perfect push.
Gets the headshot, but Vanity's there.
could have gotten a lot more out of that. You thought when you saw them push up at first, at least.
Pretty sure somebody picked up on that from Chaos. There was a Molotov down blocking off lower, and that definitely threw things out of whack. Basilian now is the only one here alive for Mad Lions, holding Catwalk, but Sick is just ready for him. He's already pushed up to Catwalk, holding a candle.
The big thing that's just changed in this half has just been that Chaos has been able to get those opening kills, and so once they get the opening kills, now you can put pressure on the defense.
All right, so there it is. We're getting
Money
into
is
it
still
now.
really rough, though.
That was a force buy from Mad Lions. They wanted, it's 30 rounds. Either they won on that force buy and managed it there.
This has to be a full save, surely.
Yeah, or we're going the distance. Acor's going to have the op the next round. And the rest of the team, I mean, they're just going to try and cobble together whatever they can. But this has got to be a hard eco from Mad Lions. And you're putting it on the 30th round. And then it's going to be the true test of will. Who is going to flinch? 2 across. And Voltage is not reacting. There we go. Figuring it out. Seeing the man, I mean, the Voltage is just, if he's not taking the shot, he's giving the info. And he's essentially telling his teammates that one went across and that it's just the second one who's playing around in mid. There's only one guy in hard eco on that B site.
So the problem is with the USP, even getting this first kill might be tough since there's 2 people that, oh, okay, can he get to the gun? It doesn't look like it at the moment.
Boom. All right, so no save. This is whatever they have in the bank is what they've got to work with. Mad Lions. Acor was wise and he saved for that AWP, so now he's going to have the sniper rifle.
With the way this map has gone, if you're Chaos, you can't ask for more than this. 1 round to have a chance to go to overtime, then potentially the win if things go well. You were in deep doo-doo about 10, 12 rounds ago.
Well, we've got a game on our hands. All 30 rounds. And now, I mean, could be overtime coming up. And that's actually in the rule book, Thorin. First match of the day for us, we have to get overtime. So it's been the same way for both days with Bardolph. So I think it's just casting with me right now. First map has to go minimum 30 rounds. Get some clever stuff coming out here now from Chaos. A little bit different. And unfortunately for them, nobody holding close. They're going to even commit the Molotov into this. Not going to find anybody. And so we know that 2 players are over here. Mad Lions do, at least. 4 players on A for Mad Lions. This is them committed to this site. Even seeing the clever smokes coming out from Steel. There it is, making it look like it's going to be the B split, trying to bait a reaction. Bubsy's got eyes on it, though. Only with the MP9. 2 players here. Shush ready to pounce. Shush with 2, and it's setting it up. Acor, wonderful work, and this is where your heart falls out if you are Steel. You thought you were 1 step ahead. It turns out Mad Lions had you figured out right from the beginning of the round.
Oh, that was brutal.
It's inevitable, right? You're just watching them walk into it with no way of knowing.
I have to say that Shush guy was very poised, though. Every time he was in a scenario where he could have got 1 kill and you'd go, it's all right, he would get the second one as well.
Yeah.
Just always continued through. That's the thing I think about these Mad Lions players is you can get caught up in the Hunden storyline of he brought the ball up. And all.
Sure.
But the idea that the amount of talent, considering these guys were nobodies like 6-7 months ago, is amazing.
No, it's definitely there. Between Acor, Shush, there's a lot of fragging power, and Asilian is starting to hit his own as well, even with the clutches on Asilian's side.
Props to him. If it wasn't for those 2 clutches, they don't win this game match.
Yeah, so that's going to be it for the first map of the series. We're going to throw to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear what the analysts have to say and also what they think about Nuke, which will be coming up next.